Okay, so people apparently don't believe may be in the air. Well, there's my dad on the wall. My sister has the spitting image of my dad because of the face. Me, I have it more of my mom. So next picture. Um, right, next picture is actually up here. Right, that baby is me. That's how young I was when he was around. Because he was actually feeding me right there. Right, that's my dad. Um, similar face and such. Um, so apparently I have got more pictures lying around and such. Um, there is a fake photo that everyone goes around with, claiming that um, like basically saying, oh, they were actually together because they were actually a bit older. Well, no. Dad died. He got murdered by Gary Winter, which was an asshole, and such. Years ago, we had a DNA test to prove we were children of Dad, which is basically true. That was after his death, and parents were godsmacks. So yeah. So again, there's Dad, right in the face. Yeah, so that's proof. Well. So apparently I do actually have more pictures somewhere, if I can find them, of Dad. Okay, so this may take a while, to dig out my dad's pictures. Again, if I can find them. No, that's not it. Nope. I do have his folder somewhere. Nope, that's just random ones. Nope. Nope, that's not either. Nope, that's not either. I think it's buried somewhere. Okay, nope. Not there either. Nope. It is somewhere, but I don't know where it is. Okay, let me think back. I'm not too sure if this is it, unfortunately, so I'm gonna have a look. Nope. Nope. Nope, that's my swimming certificate. No, that's just a sword. Okay, I've got some. I think. Okay, nope. Nope, that's my stepdad. Nope, nope. Okay, I've got some pictures. To prove or whatever. Okay. Right. First one is to do with Dad. He loved taking pictures. This was apparently Dad's. Unfortunately, he loved tigers. So that's one. That's when he basically took a picture in the mirror. That's also Dad. Because he loved cameras. Also, that's Dad. Right there on a motorbike. He loved bikes. Not that one, not that one. Again, Dad's bike. Not that one, not that one. Nope, not that one. Nope, nope. Okay, again, so it's a similar picture. He loved to take pictures of similar things. Again, that was Dad. And again, he took another picture. That was him again taking pictures in the mirror. That is actually Dad. So so basically that proves it. He loved taking pictures. I have video footages of him pestering my mom, and such. There's even pictures of him pestering my mom. It's funny actually. I think I do have more pictures somewhere of Dad, somewhere, and such. Yeah, somewhere. I can't really remember where exactly. So, I can pin out more. Okay, let's have a look. Do I have any more in here? No, I don't. Nope. Nope. Okay, okay, so apparently there is more proof, that actually goes along with it, since it basically would show that you actually do have the last name. So this is my karate certificate. This actually was in 2002, and there's my last name. Eden. Okay, so next thing I apparently had is more proof being related to Dad. There it is again. Eden. Yeah, that was my school achievement. Now that was my swimming certificate, and it also says Eden again, right there. Yeah. So apparently that is proof that I'm actually related to Dad. You know, for most people, they just don't believe it. I actually have proof. Yeah, proof. Proof of him existing. Yeah, so for anyone who basically doesn't remember, you know, other people and whatever, you know, after my dad died, my mom went out with, let me show a good picture of it. Okay, so, apparently, that's basically the wedding. That was my stepdad and my mom after my dad died. Now, basically, that's me. That's my sister, right there. Now, she actually does have the spitting image of Dad. I actually more have the spitting image of Mom. I don't really have long hair anymore. I actually cut it. So I don't really have that sort of hair anymore. But my stepdad's gone, unfortunately, because my mom kicked him out. But yeah, I'm basically left with just a single parent now. So now that I've physically shown proof, physically both dad and my basically my existence, so there you have it. I do have the last name of my father's name and such. So so apparently that's enough proof. I think. I'm gonna show Dad's picture again so you get a clear look at it. Right. There you go. Anyone recognize that from the from the news and whatever? That face. Apparently that is Dad's face. He's actually mostly the news actually about him is on the news. People try to make a fake story of my dad. And it's not funny. It's horrible because one video, there was two girls, I think it was. They were laughing about my family. Also making fake names to do with me and my sister. Giving out fake names that were something that were not called. Yeah. So this is evidence that we are the real thing. So yeah. So to apparently prove it, since I'm actually the same person and such, apparently I'm going to change the camera. This is me. Yeah, same person. I'm actually the same person that's related to Dad. I've actually had depression and whatever because I lost him. Felt in my life. I was bullied because I didn't have a father figure in my life. So I felt all that emotion and whatever. Now, when I was younger, I actually did have blonde hair. My sister as well, she had brighter blonde hair, but it turned darker as we got older. So yeah, basically that's usually what happens or whatever. Okay, so I usually have my mom's smile. I have more pictures of my mom. My sister though, she's more of dad, really. Takes after dad. Okay, there's more. Now, apparently, I'm going to show more, unfortunately. So, more pictures of Dad. That's also my dad. When he was out in the field. When he got taken a picture. That's him with the rabbit. That was actually mine that I got in the end. So that's my dad. My sister keeps the picture, unfortunately, though. So apparently, that is basically proof. We have proof of Dad. That shows we are related to Dad. Because for anybody that doesn't really know we are related, is check out the live stream. And there it would sit. Unfortunately, evidence of Dad. Pictures. We keep pictures of Dad. Reasons for that is because he's actually related. So yeah. I also do have my dad's death somewhere on my calendar. No, that's April Fool's Day. Nope. Nope, that's not it either. No, that's not it either. No, that's a different thing. Nope, not that you as well. Nope. Okay, what about this one? Nope. No, that's Carla's birthday. No, that's to do with someone else. I think I did have his death down somewhere. I need to turn the counter off for a sec. Because it's annoying. Nope. So I just have to look for a gravestone. Nope, wrong person. Nope. Nope, that's someone else. I actually don't really have it down. I know his birthday was like last month. Yeah, his birthday was actually last month. My dad's because his birthday is actually in December, somewhere. So apparently that's basically would be his birthday. But his death anniversary, I think it was September. I'm not too sure. I can't remember. So that one I'd probably have to do some bit digging and then write down on my calendar when he actually died. So at least then I know, when and whatever. There is a lot more. I mean, I would have basically shown more if there was like more stuff, like videotapes of Dad, showing that he exists. But most of it, I think my sister has the rest of the photos. I think, so I can't really show it off if she has it somewhere. Well, at least I've shown enough proof that I'm actually his child. Yeah, his actual child. Because only children that don't have a dad, did, but lost it. I mean, my sister never knew my dad because she was still in my mom's womb. She was still around in my mom's womb when my dad died, unfortunately. So it was just mainly me that end up basically around Dad. But the only problem was I was too young to remember. Yeah, too young. So reasons I was too young is because, well, I was too young. So I didn't really know my dad that well because I was just too young to remember it. So apparently that is the proof right there. To show that it's actually my dad. Yeah, actually my dad. So apparently there is more evidence to that. And whatever, since my mom has the cheeky grin, and whatever, so I'm gonna try and pull that face, again, because I usually do it sometimes if on camera. Okay, so when I smile, like Mom, I do this. That's Mom's face. Yeah, she does this. Now that's the smile my mom gives, that I got from her. So yes, apparently that shows that I'm related to my mom. Michelle Eden. Well, she was called Robertson though because she never got married. So for more proof, basically I'm going to show a spitting image of Dad's face, from my sister.
Even that, I bit my tongue.
Yeah, she bit her tongue earlier, unfortunately. She had a seizure because, it comes from, like, my dad's side, which is to do with his sister. So she had epilepsy, so it passed on to us.
And it's soft. I always got to eat something soft.
So yeah, so basically, we're doing a comparison. There's Dad's face, and there's my sister's face, close up. You know what I mean? So apparently that's actually a face. She has the resemblance of Dad, in her face. She actually is more of a tomboy. She actually likes being a tomboy. Doesn't like wearing dresses or anything. So
the only one I don't like is Foy.
yeah, so that's why Kylie's actually a bit more bully than me, because she actually takes after Dad.
It's like I don't get bullied. It's like
Yeah,
it's
she
like,
actually is strong.
it's like they're scared of me to just run away. They tease you and then they run away.
Yeah, when I got bullied in primary school, she actually beat a guy in the face and got expelled from that school. Yeah, that was Darwinstown.
Yeah, I didn't get expelled. I just got detention, not expelled.
Well, you did get kicked into another school.
Yeah, but I didn't get expelled. Just because Nana thought it was right to move.
Even though it wasn't, it was horrible.
I didn't get kicked or anything. They just chose to move.
Huh. Yeah, well, yeah, because she moved to Kathleen, I actually got bullied, unfortunately. So we kind of actually just felt distant. We felt like we needed each other.
Shannon also went to Kathleen.
Yeah, so we kind of like felt like we just needed each other as support, because, well, we needed each other. Because without each other, we're lonely. It's kind of like trying to separate twins or whatever, and they just fight, and they're like, nope. Basically, we were like that. Yeah, unhappy. When we're together, we're always happy. Yeah, because that's what sisters do. They protect each other, look out for each other, and whatever. So yeah, that's why, because since we don't have Dad in our lives and whatever, we basically collect plushies and such, as comfort, which is one. So yeah, so apparently,
I think Sonic would like to say something.
Oh yeah, she wants to show something.
You can't see because the light's dark.
Yeah, so apparently she got this from Build-A-Bear. Yeah.
You need the light because it's dark.
She actually got this from Build-A-Bear. I mean, it actually helps with sleeping with one, I guess. Yeah, so apparently she actually really loves that plush.
This Sonic screwdriver.
Yeah, I actually bought the Dr. Tennant outfit, so she's actually got it on at the moment. The thing was, it was supposed to go on someone else, but it just didn't fit. Yeah, I think I tried Tails, but it just didn't fit. So I ended up on Sonic instead, which is pretty funny. Also, she's a big lover of dolls as well. Like
even a Power Ranger.
Yeah, she's also into Power Rangers. She's also into Among Us. Yeah, which basically we call Mr. Greed or whatever.
One of my favourites.
Also, she's into Pokemon. She loves Charizard. It's a starter.
Argument.
Yeah, she loves Digimon. She basically loves dolls like Descendants and whatever.
Leafy.
So apparently we call that Leafy because it's a good name because it has a leaf on the top of its head. Yeah. Apparently we've seen that one already. Yeah. So she also has this one as well. So yeah.
I wasn't expecting it to be that big.
Yeah. So she also has a Sonic that she looks to.
Scooge.
Yeah, apparently this Scooge was actually mine, unfortunately, at first, but I did give it because I didn't want to buy a Scooge. So apparently that is one of the first ones. That is Carlos DeVille, if anyone doesn't watch Descendants. That's Eve, from the Evil Queen.
This is from Wicked World, Descendants cartoon.
Yeah, no, that is apparently related to Belle and Adam, basically, which is Beast and Belle. And next apparently doll she wanted to show is Mel. Now Mel is related to Maleficent. It's her daughter.
That one's my favourite one.
Because children to Maleficent are actually canon right now. Because in the second movie of Maleficent ends up with like 3 children. A couple of girls, I think, and 1 boy.
And this is in Descendants. Like there's like Maleficent doesn't have a son. She only has a daughter.
Yeah, in the classic one, she doesn't, but in Descendants she actually does have children, and then in the second Maleficent she actually does at the end.
In Descendants she only has a daughter. She's the the daughter of Hades and Maleficent.
Yeah. Yeah, so apparently basically we know it as like a Fleetway version because of the eyes. Which is pretty funny.
And the Twilight, you can tell the ones who haven't seen the Twilight.
She's also in a Twilight. She was Twilight.
Vampire.
To do vampires and werewolves.
And this is Ed. Twilight's Vampire and Werewolves, like a lot of women. This is like Edward.
Yeah, it's more of a teen drama show. Basically for people that like that sort of thing. I usually just stick to Underworld.
It's like a super vampire.
I usually stick to Underworld when it comes to vampires and werewolves. No, I actually got that for Christmas for her. I actually wrapped it up and gave it.
Yeah, and there's also that.
And she's got a Sonic towel. Whenever we feel like using it. At one point. She also has a dark Panemon. I forget its name, but it does begin with a T, unfortunately. So I forget its name.
Oh, there's this one monos there. He's got like a devil.
Yeah, so apparently she does have another one. She wants to apparently have me get it out. She has a Devil Among Us, which actually is this one. This is apparently also hers. And she also likes Elbow. Except when you try to put your hand in, it hurts, unfortunately.
It's like I'm going to think about getting a bigger one.
It's because there's like a lot metal plate in the back and whatever, and it's usually for like small children, because if you have a small hand, you're able to fit your hand in.
This is too fucking soft!
That's why you can't even move the mouth properly. Because it hurts your hand.
Yeah, I think about getting a bigger one where his legs are longer. You can tell his legs are short. They might be really long.
Yeah.
They're screws.
Yeah, actually sounds good. Yeah. So 2 more Descendant people.
Princess Audrey.
Basically, this shows how much she's more
into.
It shows how much she is and more into dolls and plushes.
Jane, start off with very gone with her, and then there's Dizzy.
Yeah, she's actually also into that. And she's got like a big Power Ranger.
Oh, I won this on the Grabbers.
She also has a Tails EXE. Yeah, that was actually from online. She also has a Sonic EXE over there. And such. So she has a lot of stuff.
Oh, then this one.
And she has a Fall Guy. I think we actually got that from Smith's. I think it was Smith's. One of the toy stores. Which actually also had a bunch of other sorts of plushes.
On Disney Zombies.
She also into zombies as well.
It's a musical.
It's more of like a drama musical thing. You can apparently for like a younger audience.
Even teenagers watch it.
Yeah.
My favourite Carlos. Descendants one.
Another Carlos.
I got this one online, but instead he's wearing like a pirate jacket. The black one. Oh, there's a big shadow. Christmas EX.
That's what I showed off before. Now, apparently, this Sonic, I actually did have the hat. Mum was supposed to buy the other movie Sonic for me, but it came along with the hat, unfortunately. But I already had movie Sonic, so I actually give it to her, and apparently I kept the hat, so I ended up giving it to Carla because I tried to fit on so many people with a Christmas hat, and it actually fitted him, unfortunately. So he's kept it. So he's actually keeping the Christmas hat on because it looks funny, and also that's actually was the first movie plush that I had before I gave it away. Before I got a better one than that one. So
this is from Ladybug series.
Yeah, she's also into Ladybug.
Cat Noir. It's like resembles of Catwoman.
Yeah.
Superpower.
She's also into Spider-Man. Right at the back. Also Doctor Who's right at the back on the wall, unfortunately.
A Descendants towel here.
Descendants towel.
And Frozen.
And she's also into Disney, which is like Frozen or whatever.
Oh, this one's a cutie.
And she's got like little pops, which I call pops or whatever.
Carlos and Mel.
Yeah. I've actually got like a Marvel of advent calendar with tiny little pops in it.
Oh, Doctor Who, I didn't see.
Yeah, she's got like a Doctor Who right at the back behind the DVDs.
And Slytherin cup.
And she's apparently more of a Slytherin type because she's got a Slytherin cap right there.
And as you can see, Descendants pictures.
And she's got more pictures on her door. She's also into the babysitter.
Grandma.
Yeah. She actually likes it. She's also into Disney villains and whatever. You know, most people that actually like Monopoly, I actually hate Monopoly because I get cheated every single time.
And I don't know what's the evil jacket.
Okay, yeah, so apparently she's got a Resident Evil jacket, so apparently it was from the same buyer, unfortunately. So apparently I have the other one somewhere, well, in my bedroom, so...
I didn't see her in the Big Time Rush.
Yeah, she's also a Big Time Rush fan.
Boy band.
Yeah,
Sophia Carson, Evie actor.
Yeah, so there's a lot, of things.
And I've written on my own wall.
Yeah, I mean, as you may have noticed, Carla does actually have her hair messed up at the moment. I mean, that's pretty normal when you wake out of bed.
Or when you put loads of gel on.
And then you just have to, like, brush it down to basically get it the way it is. Sometimes when I stream, I have my hair messed up.
But for me, it's normal because I have loads of light as gel.
Yeah, it would depend on how much you've moved around during the night. Which is pretty funny. I mean, it happens to everyone, so... I mean, everyone ends up with their hair messed up at some point.
And it's knuckles.
She's also got, like, a little mini knuckles. And such. Okay, so currently...
I didn't see Descendants bed.
She also has a bed cover, and the pillow and such.
Most of all, Lucasade.
She loves Lucasade. She's addicted to Lucasade.
And Digimon.
And apparently Digimon stuff and whatever, and such. So yeah. Okay, so apparently, definitely, yeah, she also has like a Power Ranger jacket and whatever. Okay, so apparently I'm going to be moving around and whatever. So apparently she deals with her stuff. Basically for me, I'm actually into Marvel and whatever. Like Marvel, Pokemon, Digimon, Sonic, Yu-Gi-Oh. I actually even have the Elvis calendar. You know, like when you apparently grow up without a dad, you apparently usually end up collecting stuff and actually making the place more of a mess than it already is. I mean, that's basically how it goes with having no father, because it changes everything, changes your life and everything. Um, because usually you end up in a way where, well, you just live without a father. So because of that, because basically I didn't have a father, I developed drawing. Yeah, I actually developed drawing. I end up with autism, mild autism because of that. So I end up drawing and whatever. As a result, due to illness, I actually also drew that. um, so I actually did a lot of drawing. Unfortunately, a lot of drawing. Now apparently, so apparently that is basically me when I went to Egypt. I actually drew things coming out to look like an Egyptian person. I also won the. I actually went to Alton Towers. At one point. So there's me. That statue isn't there anymore, unfortunately. So.
And another thing, I'm into Cobra Kai
Oh, and she said she's actually in a Cobra Kai
series.
Yeah.
Drama series.
Now,
one of us a Karate Kid.
Yeah. So one thing I actually did, win is one thing was when I was basically during school, I actually won the table tennis tournament. And it was actually a pretty good match. I actually won it, unfortunately, which was pretty weird for me to win, because of all the players. And I was like, there must be better ones than me. But yeah, I actually won, I think, because I was getting beaten by somebody in a wheelchair that looked like they were handicapped. But I actually won it anyway, so I had to take rest now and again for the tournament because I was exhausted, from doing things. One time I went to school, I was nervous, and I put this on. Yeah, this mask. That was my secondary school. That was my sister in the corner. She was basically thinking at the time, "What the hell am I looking at?" So yeah. Actually, that's that. Unfortunately. Okay. So apparently, for more basically proof of my existence. There's my mom, right there. That's my mom. Because she's actually doing the smile that I would smile do. The smile I would do in pictures. Since we're smiling types. I actually developed a smile from my mom because I end up kind of similar to my mom a bit. Just in the expression of faces. But we do have differences, like personality wise. She likes to shop. Me, I like to play games. I like to play games a lot instead. And such and collect merchandise, which is again due to loneliness. So that's why I have my sister's backup. I actually did have a chat with my mom once, saying it would have been nice, to if Dad was alive, we could have had a brother. If he actually was still alive, they actually could have had one. Because I think a change in siblings would have been a good idea. That would mean 2 sisters and 1 brother. Because there could have been a chance that that brother could not have had epilepsy. Because I know my dad didn't have it. My dad didn't actually have epilepsy, so he was lucky. But he could have actually had it at one point because genetics wise, or he probably survived it because only his sister had it. So stuff like that. Unfortunately, just happens out of nowhere. I mean, things happen. Loneliness and all that stuff. You can't really escape it. Kind of just stuck with it. because, wildwise, you just can't escape it. It's kind of like you're pretty stuck with the, with everything. I actually stated once that I would actually go back in time. I would go back in time with my mom. My mom actually would come along. My sister actually would come along as well. Because reasons is everyone wants to beat up Gary Vitter. Everybody. Everyone wants to beat up except me because I'm weak. So most likely it would be my mom and my sister. They would beat up Gary Vitter to save my dad. To stop him dying. Me and my mom are planning to go to the area where my dad died. Except it's the building that he died in was knocked down, unfortunately. So it's not really there anymore. We are thinking about visiting the site or whatever to see if any ghost activity happens. Even though we'd have to take the bus. Now, apparently, when we find where it is and whatever, we'll actually go there and whatever. My sister will eventually go the second time, so then she'll get to see where Dad died. I forget the area now. I forget what the area where he died now. Because I'm actually considering actually seeing where he, where he died. Even taking pictures. Because there is basically things to do if you disturb a burial ground if someone just died on that spot. That means that place would be more raised and haunted. Or like if you destroy something like that, usually ghosts would just wander and end up somewhere else. So I'm thinking that's why my dad is haunting me sometimes because things would like make noise or act up or something like that. Sometimes, or the bed would just apparently move. Stuff like that. Again, basically, that's basically to do with my dad because sometimes just things just happen like that. I guess sometimes they just go around and whatever. So in a way, my house is haunted. Yeah, my dad's haunting it because his burial ground was disturbed. So yeah, so apparently it's disturbed because he actually did die at the an area where a train thing was. Again, I'm not too sure whereabouts because I'm still trying to understand more about my dad's death. I'm trying to investigate all of it. And by investigating it, it means getting enough proof and actually making an interview on things that are going down, like what the things were before and what they are after, and such. So So yeah. There's actually more proof. I've just forgotten. More proof of basically more that don't believe that Dad's related to me. Now apparently this is a dark case. It actually has Carl on it. Because my sister was named after my dad, so she was basically named Carla instead of Carl. The reason why she's called Carla is because, well, for one, she's a girl, and secondly, most of all, she apparently just doesn't like nicknames. To be unfortunately, if someone calls her Carl, she hates it. You know what I mean? She actually hates being called Carl for short. Like if people basically start using the name in a different way. So apparently I just call it Carla really, because yeah. That's why so apparently that's why the case is basically known as Carl. I usually always think it's from Dad. As a reminder, to think, okay, yeah, it's Dad's. It has to be Dad's darts, because it has his name on it. and at least it's to remember him by. Because it's the only thing I can really have memories of. Well, something just to think. Oh, okay, yeah, he's actually still there. In my life. Just watching me. In spiritual form. Um, I mean, right now I'm not too sure if he's around at the moment because I think he is a wandering ghost, so he probably just wanders from place to place. Um, but when things go down, it's actually usually him. Sometimes he does actually cause a ruckus. Sometimes. Um, so that's why I usually think he's sometimes in the house causing mischief because that's what Dad is. He's actually a mischievous person. Yeah, because like I said, my dad loved to pull pranks, jokes and all sorts, with people. Now, I actually did get told that I did pull a prank, on a couple of my family members. It's funny. I forget what it was, but it was funny. He actually loved that sort of thing. So I actually feel like if he was still alive, he probably would have made my life better. I think probably would have made me happier having a father figure in my life. So that's why I'm voting on time travel to change that. So then he actually ends up in my life, and my future would be better. That would mean no killing or anything would happen to him. Even though, as most would say, a result of saving somebody, meaning the result of him killing someone else. You know what I mean? It's like you can't really change death, but you actually can change the person you save. You know what I mean? That means resulting in saving Dad, making him not work at the train thing anymore, making him get a different job instead. So, which would be better for me, unfortunately. Since it would make me a lot happier to that. So apparently, since my sister actually was never really born around when Dad was alive, that means Carla can get away with it. Get away with apparently getting in Dad's face and whatever, and then basically telling him that that she's a time traveler and Dad is going to get murdered by Gary Venter, which clearly knows him. And years later, the buildings or whatever get knocked down, due to it being haunted, because it actually was haunted. So I'm actually I actually heard that from my mom, being the area being haunted, so that's why the area got knocked down. So which is pretty good because I'm into supernatural. So I actually want to see a ghost on camera or whatever. Like maybe my dad, for example, see my dad actually on camera showing his face. Showing his revealed state to me. I want to see that because that would mean that's proof to me. And it means it's real footage. It wouldn't be fake at all because I don't use special effects. So it would have been real. Whatever. I think I did actually see a ghost once, sort of, but except it was like more of ghost orbs, and it was in a cabin once. That place was haunted because my dog would bark in a corner. Like stare at a certain corner and bark. So that actually gives the reasons that there actually is ghosts. You just have a dog bark and then you'd know there's a ghost around. I think the only reason my dog doesn't bark in this house is because she probably smells that, it's something that smells related. You know what I mean? Something like that. I think that could be the reason. Or maybe she just barks because she senses it or something sometimes. Stuff like that and whatever. So yeah. Apparently, I think that's all I've got to apparently prove and whatever. As of right now. Until I get like more stuff out and then show more of like dad's stuff. Like more of like videotapes and whatever. That I've got saved over the years. Stuff like that. And possibly more pictures of dad. Possibly at some point. But also, if I do end up getting interviewed on the news and whatever, I'd be happy because that means everybody would get to understand the full story of me and my sister and whatever. From the beginning. Um, Also stating, where were we and whatever when all this murder happened and whatever. All that stuff. Also, apparently personally explaining, the other side and whatever, and basically what happened, with my dad's grave and whatever. Um, so yeah. So the problem is I can't see my dad's grave. I can't actually go to him, unfortunately, because I'm not allowed. Unfortunately, no one is. Um, it's because of my dad's sister is actually against it. She actually hates us, unfortunately. Whenever I actually saw her once, I saw her once in a wheelchair, and I just give the face, as in, the disappointed face. Um, as in, I just didn't like her because I could apparently see that she just wasn't very nice. Um, Yeah, so apparently one point my mom tried to this was like years ago, she tried to like put plants on the grave and whatever, what I mean, to like make it look nice, um but his sister actually stopped that, unfortunately, so we can't really go to the grave anymore. So that's why we have a built grave in my back garden. Instead. We actually celebrate his his celebration, birthdays and whatever. I mean, on his birthday, we tried to launch a balloon with no helium. It was funny. My mum was consistent of it. It was funny as hell, and I was like, I don't think that's going to work. And then she says it is. I'm like, it's got no helium in it. How can it float up? You need a balloon with helium in it. It'll be able to go to the ceiling, because if a balloon goes to the ceiling, then it's gonna fly up. But she didn't listen, and what happened? It just didn't fly up, and I said, "I told you so." um, I told you it didn't. So yeah. Um, so things like that is pretty funny because when something tries to celebrate something, they just don't listen. So there's that. I mean, my mom also has autism, so it kind of runs in the family, I guess. Because me and my sister get it from her, and such. I mean, nearly everybody has autism, in one way or another. Well, depending on what sort, really. For me, it's mild autism. My sister's is a bit more sensitive, so she's probably a bit higher than me. But she can get emotional. She can get like easily offended. Um, and as for my mom, she also can get offended, easily, and end up arguing, which could last for a long time. Which is pretty funny, at times, because anything like that can just happen. Anyone that has autism tends to fight anyway, so um, I mean, it happens because I sometimes do it with my sister. Well, we used to fight a lot more, but we don't as much now. I think the reasons is because we have our own rooms and we're actually maturing as adults, trying to stop all the arguments and whatever, and such. But but yeah, that usually happens in the family. So so apparently that's all I apparently gotta say. Whatever, I probably will actually say more in the it's gonna get another live stream at some point. I don't know when exactly, but I will explain it or whatever. More stuff maybe to do with dad and such. So So another thing is, or anyone that basically doesn't know, any basically of the information that was basically shown off, turn them towards this live stream. Yeah, for proof, that he's actually related. So yeah, basically there's the proof, basically, and whatever. So yeah.